Service over 14-6. Game. First game won by Robin Cavalli and Serena 15-21-19.
Service over 6-8.
Service over 7-16.
Please welcome technical officials for court number 2. 2コート、審判団の入場です。
This is the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium, built in the 1950s for wrestling initially. And it has held many different sporting events, and it's the first time that it's ever held the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships 2022. Now we're moving into our first men's singles match. We just had a Singaporean pair deliver a fantastic result against the odds. Very different story coming up here, though we have got another Singaporean involved. And it is a world champion, the current world champion, Loh Kean Yew, who captured the imagination last time round. Well, if he defeats Kevin Cordon of Guatemala, then he faces one of Vincent Wong or Angus Ng of Hong Kong, China in the next round. You have to say Angus Ng is the favourite there, the 10th seed. But let's not put too much into favourites at the moment, because I've just seen one of the pre-tournament favourites who finished 3rd last time round eliminated. So it's Kevin Cordon of Guatemala versus Singapore's Loh Kean Yew, the current world champion from Singapore, who, what a fairy tale story that was, just his 2nd ever World Championships. He played Victor Axelsen, the world #1 and the Olympic champion, in the very first round, his training partner and friend, and defeated him and never looked back. It was an incredible story, one that really was one for the ages and has inspired so many Singaporeans since then to take up the sport. First meeting between these players. Kevin Cordon, well, he's had some fairy tales as well. 2011, talking about the first round win there for Loh Kean Yew, he had an even better one when he defeated 5th seed Chen Long, one of the best players of his time, in the very first round. And then he grabbed the headlines last year at the Olympics in 2020, right here in Japan. This is the site of, well, this is the city where he's really done it, and we'll come back to that in a bit. 35 years of age, 182 centimeters tall. He's currently 40th in the world. His highest ranking is 24th. That was achieved in April 2012, more than 10 years ago for the Guatemalan. Niluka Karunaratne of Sri Lanka we beat in just under 40 minutes. And here he is, the world champion from Singapore, who was born in Penang, which Singaporeans do love to up in the faces of Malaysians from time to time. We moved to Malaysia, Singapore when he was a young boy. He has beaten Pablo Avian of Spain very comfortably in just under half an hour. 8th seed here. He is currently 8th in the world. That's his highest ever ranking. It's just those new rankings that came out last week. Paul de Kuiper from the Netherlands is the umpire. The service judge is Eiji Nonoguchi from Japan. Well, by his own reckoning, Loh Kean Yew will be the first to say that his game has suffered a little bit
Ready to play.
since those heady days of the World Championships, which was only 8 months ago. And he's just not really performed at the same level since. He's got to a couple of finals since then in the Open, right after the World Championships. He lost to Lakshya Sen then. But yeah, it has suffered since then. He's had COVID-19, which is quite a few players have had. So at the Asian Championships, he was eliminated at the quarter-final stage, losing to Jonathan Christie. Well, probably nothing too wrong with that. Fell in the first rounds of the German Open and the All England. Southeast Asian Games, he entered as one of the favourites.
Ladies and gentlemen, on
We'll
my
tell you more
right,
about that in a while.
Loh Kean Yew, Singapore. And on my left, Kevin Cordon, Guatemala.
Kevin Cordon winning both
Kevin
his group
Cordon to
matches
serve.
against Lino Munoz, the
Level.
Mexican, who was expected to, and then incredibly beat
Play.
the 8th-seeded Ng Ka Long, who he may face the next round if he beats Loh Kean Yew. Then beat Mark Carlier of the Netherlands to advance to the quarterfinals for the first time ever. And there
Service
he
over.
beat the Korean Hyo Kwang Hee
Love.
to become the first Central American to advance to an Olympic semi-final in badminton.
Good
Good start here from Loh Kean Yew. Yeah, he eventually lost to Victor Axelsen in the semis, and then to Anthony Sinisuka Ginting for the bronze medal. Well, that would have been something had he been able to get a medal, but he really was one of the big stories, the fairy tale stories at the Olympics last year, Kevin Cordon. So both of these players have got a special story.
1-2.
He's a multiple winner of Central American and Caribbean Games and Pan American Championships and the Pan American Games. And that was there for the taking for Loh,
2-0.
who said he really has to work on certain aspects of his game. His coach has said that as well. There he is.
Service
His
over.
coach.
3-2.
It's never easy, is it, when you've hit those sort of heights, to try to replicate it. Everyone expects so much. Oh, great recovery there from Loh. Lovely recovery, and that's something he's known for, the
4-2.
spring in a step when he gets on the ground. Look at this. Immediately back up. Again, springs up quickly.
Whoa, whoa. 5-2.
And he's done well. He looks sharp, doesn't he, at the moment? He went into the Commonwealth Games recently as the #1 seed. Helped Singapore get a bronze in the mixed team event. But he was knocked out in men's singles by Oh Tse-Yong in a shock quarterfinal defeat in 3 games.
Service over. 3-5.
And that was a real blow for him. He was expected to at least challenge for the gold medal.
Service over. 6-3.
A little bit long, that one from Cordon. Remember, his brother just played here on this court. I'm sure we're going to use that for inspiration, and a fantastic result there for Loh Kean Yew and Terry He.
Service over. 4-6.
Kevin Cordon said he took up badminton because he wanted to get to the Olympics, and that was a sport that he was not very popular, and he thought it would give him a better chance of one day becoming an Olympian. Named after the famed England footballer,
5-6.
England international, Kevin Keegan. Good power the backhand there from Loh.
Service over. 7-5.
It is good. He's happy with that.
8-5.
He gambled on that one, didn't he, Cordon? And left it.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Marcus Bernardi and Kevin Zendaya Sudirman, Indonesia.
Good couple of points here for Loh.
Czech Republic. Marcus Bernardi in serve.
Just wouldn't go over
Service over.
for Loh, but had it, I
9.
think it would have got the point. Good work there from Cordon. That is out for Loh Kean Yew.
7-9. Thank you.
Quite yet ready to assert himself in this match thus far. These two, of course, as I said earlier, haven't played against each other. Cordon, massively experienced now at 35, played 531 matches. But it's a good record, 411 wins, 120 defeats. So, of course, most of the opponents he plays are in his region, where he reigns supreme. This year, he's not played very much, 7 wins out of 10, which is a good start. Loh Kean Yew has played 253 matches, 168 wins, 85 defeats, twice as many wins as losses, which is pretty good. Just grazed the line.
9.
This year he's played a fair bit as well. And while I said it's been relatively disappointing, 25 wins, 11 defeats. Oh, he's dropped that wonderfully, Cordon. And he's drawn level. Because he played that late. Trying to go down the line.
10.
Cordon has a lead here. It's the first lead he's had in this match. Again, that is a wonderful bit of defensive play from Loh Kean Yew. That is what he's very good at doing. Last year, he just covered the court superbly. And top players were amazed at his powers of recovery like that. He just bounces up. And how he got around the court so well. Beat the likes of Kidambi Srikanth, Lakshya Sen, Anders Antonsen, Victor Axelsen, most notably, as I mentioned earlier, on the way to that final. Oh, he's taking his opportunity very well there. And Loh Kean Yew goes into the interval in the lead, yeah, 11-10.
连起来，像你快一个，诶，你要飘起来，哦，他就主动了。这种连毛上来，再来，如果你这样学几天就可以。如果说你一天它就很自然放，你这个不要连起来，对不对？有时候你。
On 2:20 seconds, scored 2:20 seconds.
Service over. 86.
11-10. Play.
Well out there.
12-10.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Yeah, deceived Cordon well. Perhaps also may have lost his footing a little bit. Yeah, that's why I was just asking. Maybe for a bit of a wipe down, though he also did end up on the floor. It's been good since the interval for Loh Kean Yew. Yeah, he's playing well, isn't he? He's on a bit of a roll here. 3 unanswered points. He's looking good, Loh Kean Yew.
15-10.
And he's pulling away from Cordon. Well, both were celebrating that.
Cordon challenges.
And it was called out. So Cordon is challenging. Well, that is tight, I have to say. But it is out.
Challenge unsuccessful.
So this is
One
a very good
challenge
run.
remaining.
6 points in a row.
16.
Well, 5 points in a row, sorry, excuse me, I should say.
Play.
Since the interval, but it's 6 in a row overall. Well, it's just gone up a gear, hasn't he, Loh Kean Yew? Very clearly.
17-10.
Very good stuff from Loh Kean Yew. Cordon is struggling here. He's moving his opponent around. That one was just a little wide.
Service over. 11-18.
Forced error, but the run of 9 points comes to an end. 7 since the interval.
12.
2 in a row though for Cordon. He's got a lot of work to do if he wants to stay in this first game.
Come in. Service
Nicely
over.
snaffled up by the world champion.
19-12.
He controlled himself so well at the net. Problems here for Cordon. He's losing control of the shuttle.
Game point 12.
Loh Kean Yew has 8 game points.
Game.
And he wraps it up brilliantly. First game, Loh Kean Yew, 21-12.
First game won by Loh Kean Yew, 21.
It's been excellent for him since the interval. Get a 9-point run overall and 7 in a row there. And he's wrapped it up 21-12.
你有的速度连贯性，那当然你打点就是一拍啊，就不要拍得很满，说你整个出手时间点他抓得很舒服。像你像这个是你的节奏是比较舒服，他一放慢，把你不接受放正，往前控制主角，不然的话你放过主队。 可以呢，补他，不然就是往后连贯性，不要给我们浪费，不下滑一个结果，你再等到这里，这个反应是说，这样，然后就变成一个对比较很好保持速度。
7-20.
For 2:20 seconds. For 2:20 seconds.
So a very good first game for Loh Kean Yew. Take that momentum into the second and finish this off.
So!
You know that Kevin Cordon, he thrives on playing against the big guns, going against the grain.
Service over. 1-all.
He'll take that. No hand up.
2-1.
Finally does do it. He celebrated first, nothing wrong with that. He'll take the points any way he can. Right now.
Service over. 2.
It doesn't last long, that lead. What he doesn't want to do, Cordon, is let Loh Kean Yew start to run away with this early on.
Service over. 3-all.
That was far too much on that from Loh Kean Yew.
4-3.
Well, Cordon has been to six World Championships prior to this. Two of them ended up in walkovers in 2015 and 2019 in the opening round. He's done well here. Increases his lead.
5-3.
But his best performance by a long way, the quarterfinals in 2011, where he beat beat Chen Long in the first round, as you mentioned. Then went all the way to the quarters, where he lost to the great Lee Chong-wei. And last year, right after soon after the Olympics, where he was fourth, he had his second best spell at the World Championships. He ended up in the round of 16, where he lost to Lakshya Sen. Oh, he's playing some good stuff here. And he's now got a 3-point lead. Wow, as I said, this man has a propensity to raise a few eyebrows and go against the grain. Brilliant stuff from Cordon. That jump smash, it comes at a big height. He's got that high advantage over Loh Kean Yew, who's played that very well. This is about as well as he's played so far. Very good stuff from Kevin Cordon.
Thank you.
Five consecutive points here. He was 2-3 down earlier, remember. Just try to wrong foot his opponent there.
Service over.
Idea was a good one.
4-7.
Didn't quite pull it off. Power
5-7.
from Loh.
Service over. 9-5.
Again, too much on that for Loh.
8-5.
Service over.
Not really getting to a rhythm just yet, Loh, in this second game. That's better. Whipped it back.
Over.
Just going
6-8.
across Cordon.
Service over. 10-7.
Service over.
Played that definitely, Cordon.
9-6.
He's pumped up, isn't he, at the moment? Idea again. He saw where Cordon was, trying to go to that
6.
left side of the court. Put too much on it.
Court 4, 20 seconds. Court 4, 20 seconds.
Loh Kean Yew challenges.
Loh is challenging there. He felt that was out. And it is very much in.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 11-6 interval.
So it's a good lead here for Cordon. 11-6 at the break, having lost the first game.
Pero si tú directo transición, espera, tenso, transición, entonces prepara eso, no levantar mucho, 2 veces más, bloquearle, ya no pasa nada, tienes la oportunidad, ahí sí puedes, ¿ya? O variarlo, ¿ya? Eso, ¿ya? Nada más esto, esperamos. Si no caer en el juego flat. Ah, eso sí, entonces bloquear, lejos, bloquear, lejos, ¿ya? Para que él no sale de ataque, cuando él no sale de ataque, mira, ¿ya? Pero necesito que tú mantengas bien, cuando tú tienes un punto de errores, ahí es que levantas otra vez. Vamos a asegurar esto, ¿ya? No tiene que ser fuerte.
Well, sometimes Loh Kean Yew just goes into a zone where he
11-6.
lets his opponent get on top of him. And he needs to get out of that funk, as it were, out of that rut, get back in the zone. This happens quite a lot with lower ranked opponents.
Service over.
To a certain extent, Cho Tien Chen does that as well. They do drop a game or here or there, surprisingly.
Service over. 12-7.
And he maintains that 5-point lead, Cordon. Well, when he first started training with Victor Axelsen in Dubai, Loh Kean Yew said he had to take it more seriously. That is a brilliant shot from Cordon, because he's a fairly laid-back, smiley, jovial character by nature. Loh Kean Yew, you spot him in the corridors of the hotel and the team hotel, and very friendly, very approachable. Nothing wrong with that, of course. I think that's very good. Just his nature. Victor Axelsen, who he talked about being a very serious person, he's spot on, because he's a very different demeanour, Victor Axelsen. Carries himself very differently. And that's just a personality thing. He's not quite use the word standoffish, he's just a bit more clinical about things.
Service over. 14-8.
Right now, Loh Kean Yew is 6 points behind Kevin Cordon. This is a little concerning for the world champion. He's got to get back in there, as I mentioned earlier.
9-14.
And yeah, that could be the start of it. It's just a little open the door for him.
Over.
He can't get a run of points at the moment.
15-9.
Loh Kean Yew.
Service 4. 11, 18.
Ah,
16.
Racking up these points now. And it is definitely concerning as far as Loh Kean Yew is concerned. That's more like it.
Service over.
And he needs a lot
10-16.
of that now. Loh Kean Yew, if he wants to wrap this up in 2.
Service 4. 19-12.
Service over. 8-5.
Well, Cordon has been playing excellently
10.
and helped by a number of unforced errors as well from Loh Kean Yew. He's 7 points clear, 4 more required to level things up here. That would be quite something. No, that is well out.
18-10.
Problems here for the world champion. Cordon has battled back superbly. Sporadic points for Loh Kean Yew.
18.
It's a bit static here, wasn't he, Cordon?
37.
Service over.
Is certainly in the zone that Loh Kean Yew should be in. Cordon. And he's got plenty of game points here, 9 of them.
11.
Well, this is a remarkable turnaround for Cordon, who was very much outplayed in the first game. Who emphatically wraps up that second game and draws level.
Kevin Cordon, 21,
And he's
11.
won it 21-11. We are going into a rubber game. Who would have thought that before this match?
Ok, muy bien, buen trabajo. Ya set decisiones, no ha terminado todavía, sigue mantener, ¿ya? Mira, cuando estás ganando, ya, se siente presionado, vuelve loco, ya se pierde. ¿Ya? Solo detenemos y va a presionar adelante también. Solo cambia la dirección. Espera. Oportunidad fuerte, si no, medio mate. Ahí aguantamos. ¿Ya? Él tampoco no tiene consistencia. ¿Ya? ¿Ok? ¿Ya? Listo con eso. Y luego siempre variar la parte delante. Porque él ya está esperando a la derecha. Él está con... Y a veces está a la izquierda también. ¿Ya? Se levanta a la izquierda también. No siempre derecha porque ya está preparado. Aquí también es esto, después bloquear o meter, posición también así. ¿Para qué? Para que tú anticipas también.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
One, two, 9.
Final game. Love all. Play.
Well, very, very well played from Kevin Cordon in that last game, where he took it to Loh Kean Yew. He just struggled, didn't he, for rhythm, fluidity. Might be just a little wake-up call he needs.
One, love.
You look at that score, and he's comprehensively outplayed. 11-21 he lost, Loh Kean Yew.
Two, love.
Well, I suppose you could argue you'd rather get these hiccups out of the way, address them early in the tournament before you meet bigger opponents. And Loh races to a quick 3-point lead.
Love.
That's better.
For love. Change.
5, 3, 6 over, 11, 14.
Wait.
On the court number 4, men's doubles, from Indonesia. Playing next.
Well, this is good stuff from Loh Kean Yew. Perhaps it has just been the wake-up call that he needs after a disappointing second game. He does seem a man on a mission at the moment. There's one way to get you back in the zone is when you drop a game against a much lower ranked opponent. 32 spots between them. Finally gets his first point on the board.
Service over. 1-5. Pass.
Service over, 17, 12.
Oh, he's played that delicately, hasn't he? Look at you, soft hands, beautifully done. Have a bit of disguise on that.
18, 12. 8, 3.
That is just out.
7-1.
This is reminiscent of what we saw in the first game from Loh Kean Yew. He's got an imposing 8-point lead already. And he's really asserting himself now. That's more like it for the Singaporean.
So, 10-1.
Feels like a reaction to what happened in the previous game.
11-1 interval.
And he goes
Jane
into
Ness.
the interval now far happier than we would have earlier on after going 11-1 up.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. Eleven, 1. Play. So. 12-1.
Well, the procession of points continues for Loh Kean Yew. Cordon's just barely getting a look at, is he, at the moment? Finally gets another point at the board. Emphatic there from Loh.
13.
Somewhere, are you asking, where was this in the second game?
3, 20 seconds. 3, 20 seconds.
Missed the chance there. I don't think he'd be too disappointed with that. Played well. And you feel that that had gone over, then Cordon would have been in trouble. Yeah, he's now pumped up with every point.
14,
It's getting just a little bit louder as well. I think it's fair to say that's the longest rally, 24 shots. He's had that wake-up call now. It's a huge 12-point lead, isn't it, now?
Service over. 4-15.
Once in a while, Cordon will get a point here and there.
20 seconds. Pushes active.
Hey!
Face like a coach.
Just tried to force it there, didn't he? Low
5-15.
at the net.
Hey!
Just whipped it back. Good reactions from Cordon. Cleverly played by Loh Kean Yew. He's really making his opponent work.
16-5. Just wipe the court.
6-3.
With that 11-point lead, Loh Kean Yew.
7-3.
Hey!
Service over. 4-7.
Service over.
Just clipping the top of the net.
6-16.
Will gladly take that, Cordon.
Service over. 8-4.
Hey!
Eight.
9-4.
Service
Doesn't
over.
make it over. Bit of frustration there from
17-6.
Cordon. Just a bit long
Service
for Loh,
over.
but he's only
7-17.
4 points away from wrapping this match up. He's very comfortable. 10 points clear of Cordon. Don't think there's too much to be concerned about now, but I'm sure he'll want to just finish it off as best as he can. And he's now only needing
7.
3 more points.
Hey! So! 19-7.
Almost there now. Loh Kean Yew.
6-10.
20.
And look at all
match
those
point,
match
7.
points for Loh Kean Yew. Very comfortable indeed.
Service over. 8-20.
Match points still for Loh Kean Yew. It's just a matter of time, you feel. Well, he can bide his time now, can't he, if he wants.
9-20. Hey!
Very nicely done by Cordon. Just took the weight off it beautifully.
10.
Well, of course, he would want to finish this as fast as possible so that he can then prepare for the next match. in the following round.
Well, 7.
11.
Well, he's pulling
20.
back a few points here, Cordon. I mean, it's all academic, really, you'd have to say. Yeah, I mean, he'll be
20.
happy that he's starting to get a few in. You would like to think at this point it's delaying the inevitable if you're a Loh Kean Yew fan, but Cordon, well, he'll cling on to anything. He has to hope that he can build it up, but he can't now. Loh Kean Yew finishes it off superbly. He had a bit of a wobble in the middle, but it stung him into action, it appeared, in the third game.
Won by Loh
And he's
Kean
won
Yew,
it comfortably.
21-12, 11-21, 21-12.
And the world champion rolls on in defense of his title. Again, a man who has certainly created upsets in the past. And as recently as last year, right here in Japan. Some very good moments from Cordon, but some excellent ones as well from Loh Kean Yew. I'll be hoping things get only better from him from now on. Loh Kean Yew, a much better third game. He beats Kevin Cordon 21-12, 11-21, 21-12. He does it in just about 50 minutes. More singles to come. This time it's the women's. Sim Yoo-jin versus Portbawi Cho Chu-wong.